vectors. Now, what do you mean by vector? Vector means those have the magnitude as well as direction. So that is called vector. So to understand this, like for example, I have taken the velocity 5 meter per second towards north. So here you can see that it contains the magnitude and the direction. That's why it is called vector. Now the question comes, how to represent the vector? So we represent it with the arrow, where this arrow represents head, that gives the direction, and this is tail, and this length represents the magnitude of a vector. So instead of writing v, now we write it as v vector, which is 5 meter per second towards north. So this is the actual way to represent the vector. Now the question comes, how to add two vectors? So there are some rules to add two vectors. The first rule is the head of the first vector should be joined with the tail of the second vector. So let's suppose if this is a vector and this is b vector, so you can see the head is joined with the tail, so that the resultant which is coming in the opposite order. So we have two rules. The first rule, head with tail. Second rule, the resultant should be taken in opposite order. Third, how to represent the angle between the two vectors. So let's suppose if we have the angle theta between a vector and b vector, so we represent this angle over here. That means we have to join tail with tail. Similarly, here you can see tail with tail, so the angle alpha is the angle between the resultant and a vector. So this is how we add two vectors. Triangle law of vector addition. So this is the one law which is used to find the magnitude and direction of the two vectors. So here we have taken the two vectors, a vector and b vector, and this is the resultant r vector. Let's suppose the angle alpha is the angle between r vector and a vector, and theta is the angle between a vector and b vector, and this is the construction. So let's suppose this is p, q, r and s. Now you take triangle RQS. So in triangle RQS you find out sine theta. So as you can see, sine theta, that is RS upon QR. Now RS is what we have to find, and QR you can see that is b vector, but here we take the magnitude only because sine gives the magnitude. So that RS, that is coming b sine theta. So we can write this RS as b sine theta. Similarly, if you take the same triangle and find cos theta would be QS upon RQ. So that we can write QS upon b, so that QS, that is coming b cos theta. So here we can write b cos theta. Now if you take the big triangle, which is PRS, and if you apply the Pythagoras theorem, you can see that PR square, that is RS square plus PS square. Now PR, that is R, RS, that is b sine theta whole square, PS, that is PQ plus QS, which is A plus B cos theta whole square. So that if you open the bracket, you get square sine square theta plus A square plus B square cos square theta plus 2AB cos theta. So that you write A square as it is, b square cos square plus b square sin square. So b square common, sin square plus cos square is 1, and here it is 2ab cos theta under root. So this is how we find r, the resultant of the two vectors, that is under root a square plus b square plus 2ab cos theta. And similarly, if you just take the same triangle again, we can find tan alpha, which is the direction, and tan alpha, that will be rs upon ps. So here we write rs upon ps. Now what is rs? That is b sin theta upon a plus b cos theta. Therefore alpha would be tan inverse, that is b sin theta upon a plus b cos theta. So this is how we find the magnitude and the direction from the triangle law of vector addition. And then we can discuss the cases under it. Like if you take theta as 0 degree, cos 0 becomes 1, and you get r as under root a square plus b square plus 2ab, that gives r as a plus b, and that gives the maximum value because cos 0 degree is 1, and that is the maximum value of cos. If you take theta as 90 degree, cos 90 becomes 0, so that you get r under root a square plus b square. And if you take theta as 180 degree, you get r minimum a minus b, because cos 180 is minus 1. Now parallelogram law of vector addition, like we just did the triangle law of vector addition, and if you just follow the same diagram, but you just draw a line parallel to QR, and similarly you draw a line parallel to this. Draw a line, say T. So PT, that is parallel to QR, and TR parallel to PQ. This is the figure which we have got, and that is called the parallelogram. And here we apply the same concept, like we take the triangle RQS and we find the sine theta, which is RS upon QR. QR, that is B. So from here we get RS as B sine theta. Similarly, we take cos theta in the same triangle. Cos theta is QS upon B, so that QS comes B cos theta. And if you take the big triangle, which is PRS, and apply the Pythagoras theorem, we write PR square, that is RS square plus PS square, so that R square, that becomes B sin theta whole square plus A plus B cos theta whole square. And if you open the bracket, you get the resultant under root A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta. And then we can discuss the cases also, like when theta is 0 degree, we get R maximum A plus B. Theta 90 degree, R becomes under root A square plus B square. And when theta is 180 degree, R becomes minimum, that is A minus B. And then this is what we have got, the magnitude. Then we can find the direction also, tan alpha, that is RS upon PS, which is B sin theta upon A plus B cos theta. So this is how we apply the parallelogram law of vector addition. Resolution of vector. Resolution means we have to find the component of a vector. So let's suppose here I have taken point P and the coordinates are x comma y, and this is the origin O, and this OP, that is called position vector, because that represents the position of a point P. Now this is the x-axis and y-axis. Here we write I cap is a unit vector which is along x-axis. Here this is j cap along y-axis. So here if this is x, so that would be x, that is the abscissa OQ, and QP, that will be y. And let's suppose this angle is theta, right? Now if you apply the triangle law of vector addition, you can see that OP vector, that is the resultant, and that is equal to OQ vector plus QP vector, because here you can see head is joined with tail and the resultant is in opposite order. So OP vector is R, OQ, that is a vector which means the magnitude and direction. So magnitude is x and the direction is I cap. Similarly y, j cap. So here you can see that we can write a position vector in the terms of x and y and that is called rectangular components. Rectangular components of a vector. Now coming back to the topic resolution. So from the same diagram we can get sine theta and cos theta as well. Sine theta, that is perpendicular upon hypotenuse, which is y upon r, and cos theta, that is base upon hypotenuse, which is x upon r, so that we get y, that is r sine theta, and x, that is r cos theta. So this x is the horizontal component, which is coming r cos theta, and y, which is the vertical component, which is coming r sine theta. So you can see the line which is just correspond to this r vector, that we take it as r cos theta, the horizontal component, and the opposite we take it as r sine theta. This is how we resolve a vector in two components, horizontal and vertical. Similarly, we can find the magnitude of a vector also, as you can see from the Pythagoras theorem, that r will be under root of x square plus y square. So this is for the two coordinate system. If we take like z also, so in that case r vector becomes xi cap plus yj cap plus zk cap, and that magnitude becomes under root x square plus y square plus z square. So this part is called the rectangular components, and this is called the resolution of a vector. So I hope it is clear to you all. In case if you have any doubt, please comment in my comment section. Thank you.